Hello, Facebook and YouTube. Hey, this is Damon Witzel from DamonWitzel.com, and I'm making this video today to tell y'all about my new site dedicated to fighting Black Lives Matter. It's at the domain screwyourfeelings.com, and you can see it's got a patriotic theme to it, and it has two taglines. It says Black Lives Matter is built on lies, and then over here this tagline is back to blue, they are me and you. And then you see in the header I got where it says screw your feelings, you're not oppressed just because you feel oppressed. And I'll be dedicating all my time for the next, I guess, untold times, up to a few years, as long as Black Lives Matter is around and cops are still getting killed. I'll be focusing on this issue and spending all my time on that. I'd like to show y'all a little bit more about the site. I got some nice pics here. All lives matter, no Black Lives Matter, no PC. And then I've got links to 8 different books, 4 of them that I've bought, 1 that I've read, 3 that I'm reading. And they're real good. I recommend for you. I wrote my first article and put up today. That article is entitled Black People Cannot Be Racist, Reduced to Absurdity, the same title as this message. No, not the same title as this message. Yeah, I think it is. But anyway, let's look at these books. Here's one, The Uncivil War, and I guess since I'm quoting a book that Facebook and YouTube won't delete this for me reading the title of the book, it's The Uncivil War, Blacks versus Niggers. And let's go over to, you can click on the picture and it'll take you to the Amazon site. The subtitle of the book is Confronting the Subculture Within the African Community. And we'll go back and I'll show you these other books. The War on Cops. It's written by Heather McDonald. I've read that one. That's the one that I've read completely. I'm eventually going to write a book review on it. It's real good. It deals about statistics and stuff showing that cops are not targeting blacks. And here's a Black Lives Matter and the War on Police. It's written by one of the best forensic criminologists in the country, Ron Martinelli, and that one's real good. And then down here, Black Lives Matter, I have this one. Black Lives Matter, I have this one. We go to that page and look at the subtitle. The subtitle is Why Lies Matter to the Race Grievance Industry. And it's I've skimmed through it and it looks like it's going to be a real good book. Also down here I've got 2 books by Colin Flaherty. I recommend both of these. I've skimmed both of these and read about half of Don't Make the Black Kids Angry. Let's go to that Amazon page to look at the subtitle. The subtitle is The Hoax of Black Victimization and Those Who Enable It. And it's an excellent book. And then Colin Flaherty wrote this next book, White Girl Bleed a Lot. And both of these books are about black mob violence. And black kids, Don't Make the Black Kids Angry. Colin documents thousands, between the 2 books, he documents thousands and thousands of cases in the last 10 years of black mob violence. And in Don't Make the Black Kids Angry, in one chapter, he documents over 1,000 black mob violence attacks on Asians. And so that's a real good, necessary book. When I get through reading those, I will be writing book reviews on those. And here's a book called Critical Theory. It's an introductory or a primer on critical theory. And the next one is Critical Race Theory. And I have put a little text in here to explain what these are. You can read the text. I'll pull back and read the text. It says, reasons for racial problems. Critical theory is a Marxist social theory oriented towards critiquing and changing society as a whole. And that's a bunch of followers of Marx refined the theory, critical theory. And concerning the critical race theory, I have written down critical race theory is the theoretical framework in the social sciences focused upon the application of critical theory, a critical examination of society and culture to the intersection of race, law, and power. And then down here I explain a little bit more about critical theory and how it applies to Black Lives Matter. And say, for instance, the title of this article, it ties in the bastardization of the definition of race. You know how they've redefined race to where it's not just racial prejudice, it's racial prejudice plus power. Well, this definition originates from critical race theory. So here I have commented, critical race theory's narrative, ideology, and vocabulary is that is disseminated in universities has been a source of many social ills for decades. Critical race theory holds that the United States is a fundamentally white supremacist nation. Critical race theory also holds that the civil rights movement was a sham and that white supremacy is the social order and it must be overthrown. Systematic oppression, institutional racism, and white privilege have become common propaganda tools to stir up racial tensions, to divide and change American culture from within as part of a subversive effort to slowly introduce a Marxist communist utopian society. And also I'm getting my YouTube channel back up where I'll be able to do live streaming, and I will be interviewing or having roundtable discussions with different YouTubers about Black Lives Matter and related topics such as Blue Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, whether if the cops are targeting blacks or not. We'll be delving into things like statistics showing that that back up the theory that the cops are not targeting blacks. And we'll go into all other kind of topics concerning race and race relations, and I'll be spending all my time on this site fighting Black Lives Matter. So why don't y'all come over